Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second day of spring. I'm Wesman2. Feel free to call me Wes. And today, we're gonna start building on the museum again. Welcome back. So, as always, what we need to do is we need to do our daily chores. And goodness, is my inventory, like, full. Man, last episode was pretty cool, right? I thought so. I was coming inside in hopes to find a crate, and I don't see any crates, so I guess... Garbage tin can... Let's sell these that we don't need, and then put the rest on display. Let's go to since we're going on the museum. So some of you might be wondering why I'm not in creative. Right now, as you could saw last episode, I was not in creative, to show that I was buying everything, and was being legit about everything, and so I figured that before I even start in creative, that I'd make sure that, I would... Oh, we have clown. Those are koi. That's the clown, which to me those look like more clown than koi, but hey, anyways, to show that I'm not cheating, off screen, I can put milk on this fish display. It is now milk fish display time. Small fish on small display, or big fish on small display. And panfish, called a dab, on normal size display. Okay. So, let's sell the rest of these things that we don't need. Instance, the snow koi, the red snapper. So that, Krehana person, pretty scary, right? Am I right? I thought so. Pretty sure you guys thought so. Okay. So, that being said, let's go ahead and... Let's go back to the main menu. Let's get rid of that horrible rain noise. Now you're gonna hear my machine fans. Okay, so single player, this button, creative mode, launch. Okay, back into creative. So that being said, let's work on finishing the actual floors. And there's the loud rain again. Let's finish the floors, and then we'll finish the floors, and then we'll finish the floors. Okay. Glad that we're on the same page and now break. Okay. I don't know what I want to do. I feel like these were too big. And... Because if I space them out this much, although it looks amazing and awesome and more realistic, then this dino wing is going to get filled up in like 4 seconds, because look how many more dinosaurs I have to move in and deal with. And you get the idea. Okay. Oh, and I don't think I checked the video to see which one people wanted, because that was 2 episodes ago and I forgot. Man, why do I even bother? Okay. See, the reason why I want to finish this floor is because I want to get it done so I can move on, but at the same time, it's like, I wanted a cool design, and because I have no cool design, then I can't just easily finish this, because I only do this while I record with you guys so that you can see every aspect of it, versus me just spending hours, you know, ripping up floors and going, garbage, good, garbage, good, garbage, which is usually what I do when I just play any game by myself. You know, I usually, like, turn on Netflix or YouTube, and then, you know, just kind of dork around with floor designs until... Get out of here, Max! Until... Wow, I feel like a barking attack dog. I'm, like, so turned up today already. And then, you know, I play with the floor design and then get something I like, and then I usually just copy it across. In this case, I really haven't tried building any floors in Staxel that require intricate, you know, these really intricate patterns. Saying that close enough. Again, sorry. My mind... in certain words, it just flat out stops, and I try to help it, but it doesn't help. So I've noticed, like, on some of the analytics, as soon as I start reading stuff, people actually turn off. They're just like, this fool can't read, and then I make it a joke because, I don't know, it's just what I do. But honestly, the words do actually get really, like, jumbled up in my head, and it's actually really hard for me to actually read certain things, and it honestly depends on the day. There's actually a number of factors. Like, if my medicine doesn't mess up my brain too much, then it's easier to read. And if not, then it's near impossible. And then adding, like, a character, like, reading it in Roland's voice, like, hey, guys. That's not his voice, but you get the idea. then it just goes all downhill. Okay, so now that I'm done spilling and like spilling the beans and my life like problems to you, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to this floor design. So this is kind of cool. I know I said I hated it, but I think it was because I was looking at these weird shapes and I didn't like it. But maybe I can just build like these kind of squares into it, kind of going across. Oh, I'm in creative. I'm like, why did that work? So you see like kind of building just these squares in our, I've dubbed this floor officially the peanut butter and chocolate floor. And so as we dig into the peanut butter and chocolate floor, without hopefully digging up the dinosaurs is the word that I'm looking for. This one's actually too big. No, it's not. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm crazy. That kind of gives it some... I don't like it. I'm very visual, so when I look at it, I'm like, I don't like it. Okay. This is why I'm taking this, you know, this building in breaks. So what if we start with a line or a box all the way around, and by all the way, evenly spaced so that that is there, and that's there, and then this is all there, like such. Okay, so I'm trying to think ahead, but I really don't have anything. So what if, like that, and then we, what do you think? Let's just go with the basics again, because I like seeing it. So just every 2 blocks, boom. I like how it's a drum still. And it was 2 blocks across right there, so we actually need to change this floor design, because then it needs to be 1 right there. Okay, so that keeps even. So for instance, 1, 2, there, 1, 2, there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I'll just, I guess you could do like that with just a gap in the middle, like that, and then we could do something like that, across, and then, that doesn't look half bad. And then just fill in the blocks, and then something like that. And then maybe put another line down the middle. Okay. Starting to see this coming out. Something good. Okay. Let's see, let's fill up the rest of it. And then take a step back and look at our work. So hopefully you guys are having a good day. I always forget to tell you guys that. Like, I genuinely care. Hopefully you're having a good day. I'm having a good day. For the most part. Like any other day. Okay. What did I do there, and how did I do it? This is not even remotely even. This needs to be here. This needs to be through here. This is somehow connected and it doesn't need to be. Okay, and this is... That's there and it's not supposed to be there. Well, I guess that's not true. That's supposed to be there and that's supposed to be there. Alright, I'm not sure how we got completely different patterns. Now I'm really confused. Because technically this is supposed to be like that. So in my head, what it was supposed to look like, and somehow it came out not even remotely close in practice, was that supposed to be like that. That's supposed to have a space. And then, how big is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that would be... Because when is it supposed to be 1, 2, space, 1, 2? That's where I went wrong. Because I remember doing that. So it's supposed to look more like that. Yeah. I say a lot of the words the same back. Okay. I say a lot of the same words back to back. So yeah. Kind of like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then technically this is supposed to have a space. So now what it's actually looking like is like I'm trying to make displays sizes. I don't know, that's kind of looking cool. Obviously, I mean, it looks completely different from that. Or that. So I have one more floor to fix or break. And I guess it's up to me to determine how I'm going to break it or fix it. So I think, at least for now, what I can almost completely agree on, or what I know I'm going to have to do anyways, is fit a lighter peanut butter, as I'm calling this floor color, box around the darker chocolate box, which is what I'm calling that. That's not right. Unless it is. Which, it looks like it's right, because that's how I wanted that. Alright. I think so, then. And then this should be around here. Like such. I mean, it makes sense to me. No. Go back. Thank you. So that should be a box around that side of the floor. Would it be connected, though? I wouldn't think so. Well, now. So technically that's not there, because technically that, there it is, this border is that border. Okay, there's my misconception, my just like completely loss of, like, why is this box so small? There we go. Okay, so now in theory, again, theory seems to be the only way I can think right now. Can't seem to do anything practical right now. In theory, I should be able to fill in this box, and it should look somewhat similar to the other box, so that these can both be almost identical, and then we can just manipulate it a little bit from there. Alright. Put that there, and that there, and that there, and this here. Almost, almost, almost. I feel like I should tell you guys like a cool story, but I'm not a really cool person, so I don't have any cool stories to tell you, or else I would, as I do this stuff, just so it's not too boring and mundane. Okay, so now something doesn't look right there. So technically that line doesn't need to be there because it's that line, if that's how I'm doing things here. Although, to me that doesn't seem right because I wanted to make a space, so in theory, I need to push this line over one, and this line over one, so that there's a solid, dedicated, just one brick wide to walk down, and then would have the outlines. But since nothing's really written in stone right now, I guess... get it? Because we're working with wood. Since nothing's set in stone... That's a terrible joke. As I'm trying to say and keep stepping over my own feet because I keep laughing. Since nothing's really in stone and nothing's really kind of like, this is how we're doing it, I guess it's fine to just do it like this. Okay, so what kind of cool design can I try one last time? So the biggest thing that I usually do, and now that I'm trying to think, like, what do I usually do on my other games that are kind of block-based and far as floor design? What I usually do, or try to do, or most often do, is then I usually start at the corners, right? So I go into the corners, and I usually go, like, diagonal, like, in one or two. So, for instance, here, here. I'm not sure if this is going to look right, because the way this game kind of does corners, yeah, it doesn't look right. Which I guess is kind of cool, because then it just looks like little accent dots versus complete floors. So, something like that. That's usually what I do, right? So I'll pick a corner, and then I'll go in that direction, down one. In this case, it's going to be down 3, if you think from the actual corner. And then, after you've done that, you go in one, and then usually you make like a line or such, like such, that I'm doing, and then you build across to that, and then usually I make them sure that they're all odd. In this case they are, which is kind of cool. Not sure I did that on purpose, or maybe I did. So then you can like do these cool lines down the middle, kind of like that, and then from that you find the middle of these two, right? So in this case, it's going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 is 14, and then you go over 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. There's middle. And then from the center, of here, you usually just bridge a line all the way across, something like that, and then you go with the same color, and you kind of just like connect in some form of pattern, and you kind of like that, and then you would take this obviously all the way across to the other kind of intricate design here. And now that I realize that these kind of do like these one kind of things, we can almost get away with doing like kind of like something like this, and kind of like start making these L's now, because since it's so small. And then that, which makes me kind of think, if that's the case as well, I actually kind of like it like that. Nope. Since we know this is center, right? At least for this little square we're building, what you can do then is, you know, like if you go out to, right? So for instance there, I'll just show you. And then you're using that as your marker, the center. Go out to there, go out to there. I mean, this floor is a little small. But then, you know that, and then you can kind of make like a circle looking design that kind of accents the main. So you kind of go that way, just so it gives kind of definition and kind of more flavor. And then you do that there. And let's see. Like that. And then kind of like that. And then you kind of get the idea. Like we're starting to get kind of like this weird kind of design onto the floor. And then you kind of just build, at least that's what I do. Like I usually try to build on it. So then you kind of just, I don't know, you connect stuff and then you kind of see how it looks. And if you like it, you keep it. If not, then you tear up the entire floor and restart. That's kind of how I do it. But you kind of get the idea is kind of what I was trying to do and kind of not do at the same time, as I was just trying to show you. So technically this needs to be there and there, and then here and then there and there. But let's say I wanted these to be bigger. Would it be just as simple as tearing up these corners and then just building diagonal from them? And then they'd be bigger corners? The answer to that is yes. Interesting. Now we're playing on a whole new field. Now that we have these bigger floors. Let's see. There, 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 and there. Whoa, man, that starts like... That looks cool now. Now we're getting some like really crazy designs on the floor. Look at that. That's actually really good. I don't mind that too much. So what's different? This side is connected and this side's not connected, so put that back. So that needs to stay there. Meaning that needs to go there and that needs to go there. So now that's even. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's kind of crazy. But you see what I'm getting at? You kind of just work on it and then you keep liking it. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with that because that just seems a little too crazy. Because half the time when I build something, you know, it's usually something really dull on the inside because there's not much you can do. So I try to spice up as much as I can the floors because I'm better at doing like floors and like architecture versus like interior design and other things. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into this episode 57. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for another episode of our Staxel adventure where we'll actually probably completely and honestly finish the floor. Like I'll pick a design, final it, and then build it across. We'll get the wall, we'll get the roof on, and that's cool. Then we'll have some fun, right? All right. Thank you all for commenting, subscribing, liking, and following me on all the social medias. For those that are new, the social media links are all down below. And until next time, guys, as always, keep it real.